What's happening, guys? Welcome back. So this,
Battle started.
this is a difficult situation for the commissioner. So, slight deja vu here, right? So I actually played this map in this exact same starting position a few videos ago, right? And I wasn't a fan of this location. However, it was pretty good in terms of getting my commander across around this section here of the mini map, right, and pretty much owning it, right, which was really damn good. And I thought, you know what, I could maybe replicate that on here and get a good foothold on the enemy. So I've done my typical sort of start over here, and I'm now looking back. I think maybe I should have went vehicles instead, because these metal spots, they're the 2.0s each of them, right? So that's a significant metal income. And what it also would have meant is that I would have been able to get units across the map a lot quicker, because vehicles move a lot faster than bots travel, right? And I would have had a lot more firepower. Now the enemy team, right? I don't know if they agreed to this game plan or not, or it's just the way he ended up working out. But man, did they give me grief? They give me significant grief. Now we've got XMF playing up here as well. Oh no, where's it go off? Let's try that again. Yeah, XMF. So I've played with him a few times now in a few games, and he's certainly one of the better people to play Beyond the Reason with. Really good player, strong player as well, and he's gonna be looking after the most northerly position for us. Apologies, I'm gonna hit this button, and I think it's gonna fly all the way back to my comp. So let's give it a shot. Yeah, it did. Okay, so I'm now building my construction turret because I want to get into a position, as I tend to do in my games these days, right? Where I can pump out units and build an economy quite quickly and efficiently. I built one LLT here just to kind of protect the base against very sort of light skirmishes that might happen. So I've sent my first pawn across, which is looking all right. There's not really any dangers or troubles over here, right? So that's not too bad. I mean, build Zoid, he sent some ticks here, perhaps to get vision and to get an early warning in case anything bad happens. All right, interesting. So they sent a construction aircraft all the way over here, right? Cheeky play. That's very uncommon. You don't normally see that. But I suppose it's one of those things where, I mean, if he never landed the plane, he would have been alright actually, because it's loads of pings. Because it's quite rare that one of the first few units your enemy team is gonna make is an anti-air unit, right? So yeah, sending a plane constructor over here to I don't know, get the mexes, not such a bad idea. But then again, those mech spots will show up on the radar if there is a radar up here, right? So they can be quite easily contested. Got double grunts. So both these southern commanders, they've clearly gone into bit of Cortex grunt play up over here. Now this hot pink and orange player, they're decent ranked, right? They're pretty good ranked in terms of the red team. So this southern section is going to be quite tough. Going to be quite tough. I mean, if you look at what south means for us, okay, region of terror, or reign of terror, sorry, he's quite well up there in the rankings, right? So he's going to be doing okay. I'm very low in comparison. Now I think he's pinging because he's trying to let me know that, look, these pawns are there, and this is my tunnel vision coming in and kicking in, right? So yeah, that's something I need to get better on.
Battle paused.
But
Battle
eventually I
started.
noticed, hang on a minute, what are all these guns doing here? Thankfully Buildzoid's base is right here, so he can get units out. I've had a rocket bot over here to kind of protect this pass. He's getting some free hits. Because I honestly thought he wouldn't have survived all of that. You know, I thought he was gonna die, but he clearly hero grunt, right? So he got that off. Good on the enemy team. Right? They got quite a lot of value out of that push, but they have left a fair bit of metal behind, right? So let's not forget about that. I'm trying to fend off this this fug push over here. So 50 nukes on it. Yeah, look, he's actually playing his lane. He's not necessarily coming in to back up his team per se. He's trying to capture this this area here, which would be a pretty good stronghold if he can, right? I'm trying to counteract this this grunt push. I mean, it felt like they never ran out of grunts, which was kind of worrying, right? I mean, my LLTs, they weren't in a sensible position to block these guys off. I mean, they're good to stop anything coming through this pathway here, but I mean, these guys, they're kind of getting through a bit too easily here. I'm hoping these two rocket bots can do fairly well. That is just abysmal, weren't it? Talk about inaccuracy, right? Wow. I wonder, is it because, yeah, look, probably, yeah, lack of radar goes to show, right, how important it is to have potentially, you know, just radar at your base, if nothing else, right? Maybe alongside LLTs, I should get into the habit of at least getting some radars in there as well, right? I mean, I think Hot Pink could have done a lot better there, because he got past my two guardians, right, with ease, like real ease. I think had he just pushed further or even pushed up north, he would have got quite a bit of value actually. Would have got quite a bit of value. I mean, it's one of those things where if you're that far into enemy territory like he was, right, you're gonna lose those units eventually. So you might as well get the most value out of them. So send them in, see what they can kill you, and you never know. You know, they might even be base killers, right? So yeah. Oh, that's interesting. So I've got eyes on the guy, but not range. These are going to do really well. One of the great nemesis of an LLT is certainly any rocket type of bot, right? Oof, and he's amassed a significant army. I mean, yeah, look, this will quite easily take down any commander, very easily. And I don't really have the forces necessary to take this guy out. And Reign of Terror, he's doing really good. I mean, in fact, he could potentially do what Victor is doing, you know, down in this southern section, right? So, and I think because of this this push here, that has made Victor, you know, take the eye off me and go after Reign of Terror. Now you might be thinking, well, why didn't you go in there for a D gun? Listen, you're not really going to get a D. I mean, you might get one D gun off, but you're going to lose the comp, right? And without an army to defend the wreckage, you're just kind of giving the enemy a ton of metal. Now this isn't such a bad skirmish for Reign of Terror, as long as Orange doesn't push with his infantry units like the grunt. Oh, I mean, now that I say it. Yeah, see. Okay, now he is. Thankfully that LLT was there. I mean, those grunts would have done very well against his rocket bots, because they've got a whole army, an entire wall of rocket, their version of the rocket bots sitting behind them, right? So they would have done very well. Reign of Terror isn't really pinging, but look, I know he's having a fight, so I've got to do something to try and help the guy. Now this might be enough to fend off Victor. It just might be enough. In fact, they must have lost the player, right? Yeah, certainly they did. So he's having to micro both lanes. And to be honest with you, because the lanes aren't that far from, you know, far apart, it might not be that difficult. If nothing else, he's getting 2 labs, a significant economy, right? Let's have a look. Yeah, significant economy. I mean, he could even just reclaim everything on one of these and go tier 2 very easily, very easily, right? So in fact, that player leaving might have worked out better for him. Yeah, he just keeps on having units after units after units. I mean, he's calling in the resignation vote, which is weird, very strange. Guys, what do you think about that? I mean, this is a chap that I know probably didn't want to, but he's inherited another base, but he's certainly doing damage. I mean, he's kicking my backside for sure, right? I mean, he's getting in. Look, it's another raid getting in very, very well, right? I kind of wish I had a Centurion or two, and that would have done very, very good over here, right? And he's not really had a significant loss yet. He's not lost a lane or anything, so I don't know. Is that a bit too much of a worry? Is he? Yeah, I don't know. I think if you're doing this well, what's the point of resigning? You're doing really, really good. But I've seen in some of the like the videos from the Brightworks and things like that, you know, like the lobbies that have higher OSs, and if you look at the red team, right, I mean their top players are very high OS. I mean, so is ours, but let's say they're top 3, and I think maybe even they're top 4, right? High OS players, I think they're getting a little bit of this reputation of just wanting to resign or quit a bit too early, right? And I hope that's not the case, and I don't fully know the thinking behind that. I mean, some say that they could just tell that the game is lost and things like that, but I don't know. I think sometimes like the resignation vote, or when they just leave the game, I see it and it's like it's way too early. It's way too early to tell. So I don't know. Is there maybe some nefarious reasons? Like, for example, if they were to just resign, right, themselves, and not a team resignation, but themselves, and if their team win, does their OS count get higher? Likewise, if their team lose, does it mean that they have no negative? There's no negative impact to their OS. I don't know. Is that one of those sly little things? I hope not, and you know, I'm hoping I'm wrong, but yeah, it does make you wonder. There was, if you noticed, like a couple of seconds ago, there was another resignation vote by red, but this one makes a little bit more sense because I think it was yellow, and they get absolutely battered by the homie XMF, right? Showing no mercy with his tier 1 missile trucks. Now I am a fan of missile trucks, right? But I don't know. I never really gotten this much value out of them, so it just goes to show, right? You make enough of a ball or something, and you're gonna get significant value. I do think these recluses, I mean, if you micro them pretty well and use the advantage that they have, which is scout, which is the old terrain, right, and their range advantage over missile trucks, you could do decent. But hey, look, it looks like Orc Slayer is joining in the party, right? So this might be a bit too much for the northern section of the red team. Victor's still doing fantastic. I mean, he's got this tier 1 militia, right, and he's able to just raid our bases constantly, right, showing no mercy. I mean, I couldn't hold the section of the map that I traditionally am able to, right? He might go pop. Yeah, he ain't gonna last too long. If these thugs can just maintain a bit more vision, right, just send them in, or maybe just send, I don't know, just a handful of these guys in there, right, just to lay the smack-off down on him. One down. Now that wouldn't hurt him too much unless we can secure the reclaim, right? That's the only way that's really gonna hurt him. And look, he's still got a big boy army, and they're moving up. He's going for our top player, Shrek, on Netflix. Is there Shrek 3 on Netflix? Certainly. Got some mad pinging. It's gonna be hard for him to micro both sections, right? But as long as he can get these guys in. Thankfully, look, we've got a welder here, right? Newbie Chad doing the work to help protect the teammate. This welder's gonna do really well, but he's not gonna be able to hold it all on his own, right? 3 welders, I think that's by themselves they could easily hold that and stop that push. Damn, son, we got bombers coming up here. I suppose, look, anything to protect the homies and to protect the bases, right? We're gonna take them. We have to take them. One of the squad was kind enough to give me a tier 2 con, and maybe I needed a bit more build power to kind of help pump units out and get them there. I mean, somehow, thankfully, my comm isn't dead. I'm still keeping them there. Look, if nothing else, I can get the reclaim, and if there is a strong unit that gets produced by the enemy team, right? Like I don't know if they got a mammoth or something. I'm just waiting for that D gun, right? I'm waiting for that D gun to let it off on it. Ooh, so they had 2 comms. Was I able to see this? Yeah. And they see me. And they see me. Now, as long as I can get some bodyguards, right? Let him follow. Now, these aren't going to be enough. These won't be enough to kill him. Certainly, right? But they should be enough to protect me. Ooh, superb bombing run. Superb bombing run. If we can get a few more of these, maybe on some metal energy converters, that'd be really, really nice. Payloads aren't getting dropped though. Come on, guys. Come on, guys. I feel like we're in the air a long time. We could get some super hits in. Now, I wouldn't necessarily go for the advanced solars, right? I'd go for lighter targets that are just easy to hit, because these are tier 1 bombers, right? So you've got to remember that. So I'd go for like the windmills. If I can get a factory or 2, that's what I'd go for. Energy converters, definitely, right? Because they go pop. Same with build power, because their popping ability is just it's too much to resist. We've got some recluses coming in that they're gonna do really, really good with their volley of rockets that they send out. Green Orc Slayer doing excellent work. So this has stopped these guys in their tracks. I mean, you know, Victor's just tapped out. He's completely just given up. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, because he was still doing really well. But I suppose, look, when you see the northern section, you know, crumble like that, then it does make sense. You know, call for a team, you know, resignation and get the win. Because otherwise, what is the point, right? Or just, yeah, call for a team resignation. Why not? It's yeah, not sure about that. Because by this time, I mean, everybody that would have, you know, voted the no against the resignation, you're hoping that they're gone by now, right? So yeah, I mean, this is you know, all she wrote really. There's nothing anybody can really do at this stage. I mean, 50 nukes, no units, right? You know, I think he might be the only one. No, there's a few more. There's a few more playing, right? Looks like the commander's natural fire at will is just going off. He's gonna go pop, and he does. Looks like red team leader. He's calling for a resignation. Yeah, and he's encouraging people to just click yes, which is the right thing to do, right? And here we go. So this is an interesting one, right? So at the end of this, I mean, a bit of a sad win, but at the end of this, but when we went back to the lobby, you know, I was saying GGs and everything like that, and because I was gonna get some food immediately after this, right? And I don't remember who it was, and it might have been Victor. It could have been somebody else, and he was very quick to jump on that, right? And rather than saying, you know, good game back or anything like that, he was like, no, you didn't win. You know, you just lost. I mean, sorry, you didn't win. Our team lost, etc., etc. And it's like, well, look, he could, and he's like, you would have got destroyed and overrun, da 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 da, which is true. I could have been overrun and killed, right? And that happens in the game, right? But the fact of the matter is, I weren't. Because my team was an excellent team and they helped defend me like teams are meant to do. Unlike the team he was playing in, where I'm sure they have fantastic players, and some of them, even the names, I think I played with them in maybe a few like games before in the past. You know, it's a team game, right? And if your team isn't supporting you or backing you, or if you're not communicating to them that you need help, otherwise you're going to lose a lane, or you're making an excellent push and you feel like you can get more out of it if you had your squad members move up with you, that's on you. right? You can't then turn around to the people that you're playing against and then saying, "Ah, you didn't really win. We just happened to lose, etc., etc." Hey, it is what it is, right? And maybe it would have been different if you did kill me, right? If you were able to get to my base and annihilate it, which with the army that the southern section of the red team had, could have done it, right? So throwing it out there, I think what I'm trying to get with that, right? My long-winded way is whether you win or lose, if somebody's saying GG's, acknowledge the GG's. I've said it many times when I've lost, right? So it is what it is, right? If you're frustrated, be frustrated at your team, but acknowledge a good game, you know, win or lose, right? Good sportsmanship. Right, guys. Hope you enjoyed that, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.